Hello, OPHIUCHUS here. Hi, I'm back today with another video of vulnerability and expression as per my new pursuit in life. Well, it's always been the pursuit of truth, liberation, authenticity, and peace. Something that I have been struggling with for my entire life, actually. Stemming from my childhood experiences, being a timid and unconfrontational child, somebody would say cowardly. I really did not want to be the guy to, I couldn't express myself in a way I felt necessary. I couldn't do a lot of things I wanted to do. I allowed fear to take over, control, and direct my life, my choices, my decisions, my intentions. I imagine a lot of you who watch this video might actually be in a similar situation where you are limited by fear. And yeah, for me personally, it was a case of, Kendrick Lamar's Fear song. If I could smoke the fear away, I'd roll that motherfucker up. And then I take 2 puffs. I'm high now, I'm high now. But that was literally me. That was literally the, type of I was using supplements to avoid the root cause, the root issue. I was solving effects rather than causes. And these effects, especially when you're dealing with weed as well, these effects do not go away. No, sir, they get worse. They get stronger. They get more intense. But because of that, I would say I've become a master navigator of the field of fear. I have a 7th sense for that shit. I can see it. I can feel it. I can hear it. All senses activated when the fear comes in. And honestly, I have found myself in a place of enjoying somewhat that fear. Fear and excitement come from the same place, really and truthfully. Fear and excitement come from the same place, really and truthfully. That nervousness you get, that fire in your belly, the butterflies, the chills, the shivers. That's just the physical aspects. The mental ones, that you make assumptions, you start thinking the worst, you start assuming that you have all the ideas, you have all the plans, you know exactly what's going on, that you see the underlying picture. That's what fear is. It is false evidence appearing real. Realistically, we have no idea about the reality of the situation when it comes to fear. The things that scare us, you come from a place of ignorance, a lack of knowledge. We don't understand that. We don't understand the full picture. We can't see the full picture. And then with what we do have, with what we do see, we end up coming to a place where we start taking it into our own hands. We start making it about ourselves in a way. We start making it about what we could have done, how we should have acted. But really and truthfully, we don't have the full picture. So how do we overcome fear becomes the question. Because in my opinion, fear is going to be an inevitability in this life. Fear is something that we are going to face every single day, every single hour, every single second. And in my opinion, it's not a bad thing in the slightest. Fear is a motivator. It is a very important part of moving forward, of becoming stronger within yourself and overcoming the weaknesses that you have actually perceived in yourself. The whole point of false evidence appearing real, the whole point of fear, is to actually find clarity within that false evidence. And there's many techniques, many benefits, many ways, many methods you can actually go about this. However, I recently watched a video, Attract Your Passion. Good man named Jasper. He's helped me out quite a lot with the way he speaks, the way he articulates. As a creative like me, an artist, likes to paint. And he's really figured it out, you know. He's really figured it out, I feel. Business-wise, fear-wise. And I believe it's really just something you cannot let overcome. You have to intentionally make the choice to refuse, to allow fear to dictate your choices and actions. You must intentionally act, even if you are scared, in my opinion. But before you do such things, I recommend a 3-step process suggested by Attract Your Passion himself. He calls it the LLQ. Let it go, let it be, or question it. And yeah, I believe all of these things lead to clarity about your situation. Fat fucking raindrop on my camera, kind of fire actually. Whew. Anyway, let it be, let it go, or question it. This is in an attempt to find some clarity within the false evidence. You accept the situation that you are in. You accept it for what it is. And you have to come to a place where you understand that you don't understand anything about the circumstances and the situations that you are facing right now. And what you do understand is not going to be the full picture. It's not going to be the absolute truth. And it's not going to be something that is really, I guess, it's not something that's like detrimental to your, it should not be detrimental to your thought processes, to your actions, to the movements you make. Me personally, I tend to let fear stick around and let it just twirl in my brain while trying to let it be, trying to let it go. And really and truthfully, I'm still struggling with that one. Quite heavily, but I refuse to allow it to stop me in my tracks. I refuse to allow it to hold me back. And in these moments of fear, when my mind cannot focus, when I lose vision, when I lose that idea, that strength, the confidence, or when I lose that ability to do, the fire, the motivation. Yeah, I just sit with myself. I sit with myself, really, and sit with myself. Me, I'm a man of God. I sit with myself. I sit with God. I meditate, and I look within. I feel. You sit down and feel what is going on inside your body, and let it be, and just let it be. Let it be. There is a divine order, a divine plan, a divine timing. And though we think we have dominion, sovereignty over our actions, we do. The choices we make are our own to make. We do have free will to choose what we are going to do, what choice we are going to make, how we are going to respond. However, this divine plan is orchestrated for us. It's not created by us. It's not authored by us, quote unquote. We can direct ourselves. We can follow the plan. However, ultimately, it's all written. It's already written. Our pathways have already been decided. There is a way, there is an alignment. There is an alignment we can go for, which is in accordance to this divine plan. We are just pawns. You could say we are pawns in a game of a higher dimensional chess, if you will. We actually just, chess pieces on a fucking extraterrestrial board game. But in saying that, the plans of the divine, the plans of God are always going to be better than what we could ever imagine, comprehend, think, or even hope to achieve. So in these moments of fear, I really recommend trying to obtain clarity. Perhaps not with the situation that you are in right now, circumstantially, but clarity about who you are, about what you are going to do, about how you are going to intentionally act. Because fear is crippling. It can paralyze you. It can stop you from doing anything or everything that you wish you could and want to do. And that's my whole goal, to eliminate fear, to allow people to understand fear and to move past it and become stronger for it. Sit with yourself, sit with the divine, and trust in him. Trust and have faith that whatever is going on is in service for you, is going to work for you. Betterment of self, betterment of identity, betterment of personal conduct, development of character. Because at the end of the day, it's a choice. Do we let this fear make us do something we would regret? Or do we have patience? Do we try to take things into our own hands and achieve results that God has promised us? Or do we leave it in the hands of God? Allow him to take our fear, take our worries, take our situation. Allow the divine to take our worries, take our fear, take our situation. Allow the universe take our worries, take our fear, take our situation, and work with it. And work with it. And imbue his holiness, his sacredness onto that. To alleviate, to cast your burdens aside, and to walk forward in trust, strength, confidence, faith. That no matter what happens, you're still breathing, you're still here, and you still have choice. You still have a choice to make, despite whatever happens. And one piece of advice I'll leave you guys with is, the only way out is through. And there are many ways you can go through. It could be messy, it could be spontaneous, it could be violent, it could be aggressive, it could be awkward, it could be nerve-wracking. It could be many, many, many things. But in my opinion, we act from a place of grace. If you're gonna fall with style. If you're gonna fail forwards. If you're going to be unsuccessful, do it with grace. Do it with dignity. Don't disrespect or betray your character with the incredibly heightened emotions. The same way this wind is shifting and shoving my entire being. You see the intensity. We don't fold. We don't bolster. We don't bend. We don't fold. The same way the fear is pushing your mind into places that you don't want to be in. You stand strong. You stand confident in your being. You stand confident in the Lord. You are secure. You are everything you need to be. You are going where you need to go. Stay consistent. Make intentional choices to better yourself. And most importantly, take time. Take time for yourself. Take time in silence, in peace. and get away from distraction just for 30 minutes, an hour. Really intake stimulus. Really intake the world that we live in. Instead of just living in our minds all the time. Our minds are very labyrinthian. You know, they break things down, compartmentalize them into situations. But really and truthfully, they're not reality either. The only reality we know is what's here, what's now, and the present moment. You know, fear is something that relates to your future circumstances, your past circumstances. And, you know, rarely when we are in a fearful state, our present moment isn't even being affected, you know. So I'll leave you guys with that one. Fear. Yeah, quite a long video. That's because fear is my forte. JCO out. Young OPHIUCHUS. I'll see y'all niggas later.